Hello, everybody, and welcome to our YouTube channel.
So much pain, man.
I love
God.
this game. I love this game. Hello,
Oh my
everyone, and welcome
goodness.
back to the channel. This is the Four Aside Ports, and you know for sure you're gonna get real opinions in this game. Um, it's Wednesday match day, and there is football all across Europe. In Spain, we had Levante taking on Villarreal, where Villarreal ended winning 1-0. And over in Italy, we had AC Milan facing Como, which is Cesc Fabregas' team, and that ended in a 1-0 draw. And of course, we had the Champions League first leg playoff happened yesterday, and today we might touch briefly on some of the highlights in that. But tonight, our main focus is the Arsenal versus Wolves game, and that looked like one of the easiest fixtures for Arsenal on paper. This was a chance for them to go 7 points clear of Man City. You know, the game started perfectly, but somehow it slipped. I don't know how the game slipped, but I know we'll get answers at some point in this episode. Arsenal somewhat lost their rhythm in the second half, and Wolves had other plans, including the beautiful strike from Hugo Bueno in the 61st minute and the dramatic equalizer in the dying moment that brought joy to my heart. But let's not forget, Wolves came into this game unbeaten in 5 of their 8 Premier League games. So maybe this wasn't as straightforward as it looked. But you know, I have got someone with me who boldly predicted that Arsenal was going to win 4-0. They were going to copy paste in his words. So let's get on it. I have Obina, and Obina, again, this was Arsenal's opportunity to go 7 points clear at the top, and they missed it. What happened? What are your thoughts on the overall performance of this game?
Oh my God. I'm in so much pain.
I can feel it from
No.
your voice, though.
I think as that second goal entered, at the same time, I was just getting calls, message, like people, it just it felt like the world it just felt like everything just came to an end. I think the feeling I had when that goal entered, it just reminded me of when we were leading Newcastle 4-0 at St. James Park so many years ago, and they came back and drew 4-4.
4-4. I
I remember as
remember
the
that
I
game.
remember I remember as the fourth goal entered,
I
the
think that was
person beside
Ashavin.
the person it was no the person that was Newcastle that scored, the person that
Yeah,
so Newcastle scored him to make it 4-4 in second
4-4.
half. As they scored that fourth goal, the person beside me, both of us started crying. That was like we just started crying. I God, Daniel, I am in this match has pained me so much. I
Do you want
think
me to call the paramedics on your behalf?
bro, man, I don't even know what to say. Like I can't even check Twitter. I can't even look at my phone. Like I'm looking at the messages that are coming in, and I'm just seeing the successful hate watch that people had. Like there was no hope for Wolves, and somehow we gave it to them. How did we do? Like I don't
Was it
I'm
down
so
to,
angry. I'm so angry at so many things. Like I don't even
yeah?
see if we scored 2 goals. How do you lead 2-0 against one of the worst Premier League sides and still not come out with a victory today? Like how? Wolves don't even have up to 10 points this season, and we are here giving them an extra point. We are the first team in the league, and these guys are bottom of the league. How are we doing this?
Do you think that
Man,
this
I am so
was
pained.
down to complacency in the side of Arsenal, or could it be fatigue? I don't think Arsenal should be complaining about fatigue because they say they have like the most squad depth in the league, or did Wolves just simply outplay you guys in the second half?
I don't even know what to even say. Like that second half, the second half, I would say for majority of the second half, Wolves had possession. But we
Yeah,
complacent. I don't even know what it is. Like, whether we have the squad depth or not, that one doesn't really concern me. Is that I've watched so many other Premier League teams play Wolves and they come out with a result and sometimes they come out comfortably. Like I'm not maybe not comfortably because I know that Wolves, the points that they have sometimes hasn't really
yeah,
it has not been synonymous with the point. So they play well, but they don't really get the points. But you're playing Arsenal, like we're so like when you score two goals, just close the game. When we scored the second goal, it just felt like I probably going to agree with you and say that maybe we felt complacent that they will not come back because all season the commentator said something that Wolves have only come back from a losing position to get a to get 2 points all season. So it was 1-0, 1-1. They never come back from a 2-0 2-0 game and they did it against Arsenal for the first time. When we complacent, I don't even know. All our players were just like the passes were just terrible. Nobody wanted to take initiative. I was just
yeah.
watching the match and I was like, I stopped watching the match. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but there's something wrong when that cross came in. When that cross came in and Raya and the defender did not, whether there was
Gabriel,
lack of communication, it was Gabriel
yeah,
and Raya. As that ball dropped down, I just put my hands in my mouth and I was just, God, please. Oh my. Nah, then
yeah.
that was really bad.
That was a dagger to the heart, like they typically say. But I think he was also, I agree that some of the players were nonchalant. Um, this was never, maybe not never, because in the first leg, Arsenal kind of struggled to get a result with Wolves. I think it was 2-1 the first time they played at the
Yeah, it was
Emirates,
2-1. That
and
was
and it
2-1.
wasn't a very decent game by Arsenal standard. But looking at this game, there was a time that Martinelli was through on goal. Just pick your spot. There was a time that he could have passed to two players that were free. You know, he wasn't even as sharp as he was or as he should be. You know, and I talked about fatigue initially. And before this game, when they asked the coach Ateta why he went with the same Saka as a 10, and he said he was just rotating his players. In
Yeah,
summary, you
yeah.
know, so players like Eberichi Eze, that hasn't had much game time. Should he be starting games like this as
I
opposed to
well,
Martinelli that has played, more, or Saka that isn't very much fit? He still looks like. I mean, we'll come to Saka much later, but let's talk on the lineup of Ateta.
we played Wigan before today, and we played Wigan on
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah,
After the first half, when we scored the 4 goals in 16 minutes, the game was
pretty
the
much
players
done.
did not exact. So I can't really say fatigue. I know Izzy, I think Izzy played 90 minutes in that match. Saka only
Yeah,
played half time and then he left. Do I know whether Saka is match fit? I don't know if he's match fit. Maybe he's match fit. I'm not sure. Look, at up until as at halftime, what the team that we had put there was enough to win this match. They
yeah,
brought on Eze, I think 6 second minute, him and Jesus. They came in, did nothing. Jesus, like there was almost no difference. Like you could have started Eze, remove like whatever we did today just did not work. I don't
yeah.
know whether maybe it's
I
I don't
mean,
even
he
know what to
walked
say. Like
until Wolves scored two.
yeah, yeah.
but 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 yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that, like, yeah, like whether Eze started or he did start, I don't think it would have made a difference today. Like that Martinelli, yeah, Martinelli had a few times when he could have just maybe be much more decisive or like pass or do something, and he
Yeah,
felt like I don't know. When I was watching, he looked like he was just he was enjoying. But I don't want to say enjoyed, or he just looked like he was just taking a piece. Like, come on, like we've not yet sealed the game, so go there and maybe make it 3-1 or make that pass or something. But the time he was with the
yeah,
ball, train like on the right wing, he had the ball. He just started guiding the ball. It was like 82nd minute. I'm like, do something with the ball. Like either you take on the defender or you try and get a corner kick. Not he didn't do anything, and they won the ball off him, and it was a counter. So I'm just like, man, I can't
I
even wrap
mean,
my head.
watching Martinelli today, and I'm not trying to single him out, it felt like Martinelli of last season where, he was not very decisive, like you have mentioned. But I mean, aside Martinelli, there were some other like quality players today. Let's bring the spotlight back to Bukayo Saka, the star boy or star man, as the commentator in the game had said. 5 minutes into the game, he scores. And we know that he has been struggling for quite a while to get a goal or to get a goal contribution, you know. And this goal he scored wasn't just a goal, it was a header from Declan Rice cross. And we don't see that from Bukayo Saka very often. I think he had like maybe 57 plus goals, and he has only scored maybe 4 or 5 headers, in all.
It's
So
possible. Yeah.
what do you make of that goal and his overall performance after that goal?
The goal was good. It was a very good goal. It looked like that was in the whole of the first half, it looked like that was what we were trying to do. We were trying to cross early because after I think Wolves were defending in the back four. After they conceded that goal, they started defending the back five. So we were always looking to play those kind of crosses in and hope that somebody would kind of like do it. And after that goal, that was the last time we had a successful cross into the box. Every other cross was just a joke. Now for Saka's performance today, I kind of it's hard to like it's so hard to be to remove anger I'm feeling right now and try to look at his performance. I thought he did okay. Like I don't think like what I liked about him is he'll receive the ball, he'll turn and he'll face the defense, which I like. That's something that Odegaard will not do. Odegaard will rather take that ball and go back to our goalkeeper. Like he doesn't do that. So I kind of like that. But I think just overall there was just a problem. So he can't come and he can't come and save the day by himself. Like he needs other players to also help out, whether it's maybe accurate passing or Gyökeres holding up. Gyökeres is not holding up the ball today. He did nothing today. When you have Gyökeres not holding up the ball, Martinelli not being decisive, Madueke being Madueke, like with all of these issues, how are you cannot be a star boy in this match. It's good. Like, look, I'm not saying that he cannot come and do something, carry the game by himself or just go and score a goal. But it's really, really hard when so many members in your team are just not clicking or doing anything that can help us get victory. So really, really hard to just judge. Like, honestly speaking, aside that goal, there was nothing anybody did.
And I'm going to put you on the spot right now, and I need pure honesty from you. You know, do you think Bukayo Saka actually fits this central role, or does this new setup disrupt like the balance of the Arsenal team? Like you have mentioned just now, somebody like Madueke that has been on form seemed confused. Even Jokeres, he wasn't even visible all in the first half. So, do you think that Saka is really effective, in this central role, or should he just stay on the wide right where he's most dangerous?
Well, it's really hard to say. This is the second match he's played. Right now, if we were judging just based on results, we've drawn with him in the second game. Everybody's going to say, don't do it. This is rubbish. Well, who did we have? The fear, like this particular role in the team is a problem for us. All the profiles that we have seem to have one issue or the other. Odegaard gives us control, but he's not even looking to assist or shoot. Eze, on the other hand, can give you assists, but he's prone to losing the ball. Saka, as you mentioned, he
What does
should.
Saka give you?
Now, so the thing is, Saka knows how to hold the ball up. He holds the ball up, but I don't think he is as creative. Like when you look at like that position close to the striker, you want someone that is very creative, someone that can always like De Bruyne or Bruno Fernandes. Like once they get the ball, they quickly look at the striker and then release them. So I don't think that's his kind of game or the kind of person he is. So he's better off being on the wings. But again, it's still early days to come and say whether he's good or not in this position. If we want today, the whole commentary would have been, oh wow, Saka is the best 10 on earth. But today, after we've drawn, it's not going to be he's not good. He's not
You
what's
know
been there.
that I personally don't analyze football based on stats. We can give that to SARS who, you know, only facts, no emotions. But personally I didn't think that Saka had an impact after that goal. And I would tell you, in the question I asked you, you kind of contradicted yourself in a way, or maybe not contradicted yourself, but there was an answer there, and I just want to put it to you that Saka does not give you what Odegaard gives you. It doesn't give you what Eze gives you. It doesn't give you any of those two things that you probably need. You guys need one player that has both of them. So he doesn't give you any, and you played Wigan. Wigan is pretty much bottom of the food chain, and Wolves is the bottom of the Premier League. And I mean, we expected more from Saka, but you know, like you said, we'll keep watching what Ateta is going to do in the next game.
Yeah.
Very quickly, there were other huge moments in the game. There were like two like big penalty shouts, two huge penalty appeal from Arsenal. There was one tackle on, I think it was in the first half. There was a tackle on Incapi, and then and I think that was one of the last tackles before the end of the first half. And
Yeah,
then there
yeah,
was
that
a
was the first one.
push on Madueke when he was going to head the ball.
Yeah.
In your opinion, are those penalties?
I don't think they're penalties. I don't think like the Hincapié one was too soft and the Madueke header. I mean, look, if the referee, nah, I don't think so. It's just a normal push. Like I don't think it was that controversial that he decided the game. Like we could have beaten these people, but look, we are here arguing
Yeah.
about penalties. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I
Mhm.
also don't think that those were penalties, but really, Arsenal has lost 2 points today. What does that do for your title challenge? Knowing that Man City will play and probably win their next game, what does that do for the mentality of the Arsenal players?
It's I don't want to imagine how they are feeling right now in the dressing room. This is terrible for them. You know, you draw against Brentford. The manner of that draw, it's fine. Brentford are on form, it's okay. You now come and play Wolves. You're 2 goals up and you lose. Now you're going to go and play Tottenham next, North London derby. And these guys, they know that we're feeling the pressure, so they will come out, whatever tactics they're going to use, whether it's long throws, whatever it is to try and just get a result, they will use that to their advantage. How many goals? I just saw a stats before I joined that Arsenal has considered, I think, is it 15 or 16 goals from, I think maybe like 4 expected goals, like very, very little, like from very little, we just concede. So I
Yeah.
at the beginning of the season, we used to have lots of clean sheets, clean sheets, clean sheets. Now we don't have nothing. We can't get a clean sheets. Can't even beat Wolves, bottom of the league. For our confidence, I think, honestly speaking, I am worried for how the players will feel, especially playing Tottenham on Sunday. Like, how do you go to Tottenham and beat them? It will be a lot. It will be a lot of mental effort to be able to get a result against Tottenham. If we do that and get a result against Tottenham, I think that will help the players. But right now, I'll be honest, it's going to be very, very, very tough to
Yeah.
to get out from this to get out from this feeling right now. I think right now they are going to be devastated, and I just hope that they can bounce back quickly.
Yes. Again, hope is that hope that kills, but hopefully Arsenal will bounce back. Um, Coming into this game, you had predicted 4-0, and this is you struggle to get a point from this game. What's your prediction against this Spurs on Saturday? Is that Saturday or
And
on Sunday? Yeah,
man, I don't even know. Like I can't even. I'm.
you have to give me a prediction at this point. You are going to
I think
Spurs.
the only I I could have predicted if I knew that Thomas Frank was still their coach
Yeah,
because he was, but now they have a new guy. The guy, he's basically the Croatian Sam Allardyce. They bring him in when the team is struggling. This is what he comes to do. So
that's
I think it will be
Igor Pereira, I
Tudor,
think.
no
Okay,
Igor Tudor, Igor
Tudor.
Tudor.
Okay.
It got Sudo. So I think it will be a game where we'll be on a lot of pressure because we are already feeling that pressure. I think we'll probably just nick it with another set piece goal like we did last season. Maybe just 1-0. Just get that result. I won't be surprised seeing us closing 10 minutes. Ateta will bring in another defender, play five at the back, and just try and get a result and come out of there with something. But honestly, it'll be a narrow win, but I won't be surprised if it's a draw. I'm only just hoping that Newcastle beats Karabakh today. Is it 6 or 7-1? If they can just go to Etihad, they've won 3 games on the bounce, 3 away games, go to Etihad, get a result. It can make my weekend feel at least a bit better.
Well, I mean, the trophy is getting closer to Manchester every game week. We don't know the Manchester team that is getting closer to, but tonight, an additional step the trophy has taken.
I
All
hope it's not
right,
Manchester
let's.
United. It's not Manchester United talking about. Okay.
Well, the city of Manchester, it could be Manchester
So if
United, it could
Manchester
be.
City wins, will you celebrate? Will you celebrate? Will you
No,
celebrate?
because
Okay.
Manchester United is also going to win. So, I predicted that Manchester United is winning the Premier League this season. But that's not the topic for today. Let's shift gears to quickly to the Champions League. It's the Champions League playoffs, and it was. I think we had some games yesterday and today. Um, I watched some of those games briefly today, side by side with the Arsenal game, and there was the clash between Club Brugge and Atletico Madrid. You know, that game started with Atletico Madrid scoring two, and then Club Brugge, scored two and equalized, and the game eventually ended 3-3. Again, Lookman, he got himself on the score sheet. You also mentioned the game between Karabag and Newcastle. Anthony Gordon scoring a hat trick for the Newcastle.
Scored four
Four.
goals.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I must have missed that. I would have, if Ernie was here, I would have asked him about what he thinks about Anthony Gordon. But just pivoting to what is on the lips of everyone is what happened in the Benfica and Real Madrid game to Vinicius Jr. Haven't watched that particular clip over again. Um, what do you think about the incident on Vinicius Jr.?
Wow, I saw that clip. I saw. I think the best analysis I've seen so far is when that player was standing close to Vinicius Jr. The moment Vinicius Jr. like was he raised up his shirt to say whatever he said. Like obviously we can't read his lips or anything. As
Yeah.
Vinicius ran to the referee, he reacted like why is he running to the referee, like he almost like he knew like almost like he knew that he has going to go and report him for saying something. Like his reaction did not seem like if he didn't say anything, don't react. He's already reacting when Vinicius Jr. is very far away with the referee and Vinicius complaining about whatever's been said, and he's reacting like what's he complaining about and everything. It means he said something. He
Yeah.
said something. Mbappe has said that he heard something that was said that was very offensive. Honestly speaking, every time I look at like videos of it, I just ask myself, why can't you just say it with like put your like drop your shit down and speak? Like you don't have to hold up, like say what you want to say. And
Yeah.
he did it from right from when Vinicius scored the goal and was dancing by the corner flag. He came there, Vinicius Junior. He raised his something up, and I'm just come on, man. So what did he say? We can't tell. Like you can't see from any and there's no camera angle as his mouth is covered. I like I'm just looking at it. I'm asking myself that if what Mourinho came and said at the end of the day, almost saying, don't celebrate that way, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, Mourinho, you know how many times you've done this? Old Trafford,
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
ran down, and celebrated that win. Inter Milan, Barcelona, you did the same thing too. You ran across the pitch. Valdez came and was telling you to calm down. You were celebrating and everything. So you're basically saying that your celebration has triggered whatever you received, kind of justifying whatever happened. So, honestly
Yeah.
speaking, let them investigate and see what it is. I'm more focused on. I was hoping that Real Madrid would get out of the Champions League so that me personally, we can have another shot at playing better teams. So seeing that they won, it was a beautiful goal from Vinicius, like fantastic goal from Vinicius. But
Yeah.
that incident just really spoiled the entire game.
Yeah, and you're spot on. Really, I agree that that was a beautiful goal, and this whole incident took the beauty out of that goal. We do not support racism. Racism and football should not be in the same sentence,
It
and
shouldn't.
that
It
takes me
shouldn't.
to Mourinho should have you know condemned the act of racism first, as opposed to putting a limit to what kind of celebrations
Yeah,
players
I
should
agree.
have. There are so many Brazilians who dance when they score. They are
Yes,
probably
that's how
known
they
for
are.
the samba dance when they
That's
score.
yeah. So why?
So I mean, there's maybe the UEFA governing body or FIFA, they should be innovative in how they can handle the fans' reaction. I know that's a huge call, because there's a huge crowd you can't really control, because what people say is Vinicius had provoked the fans. You know, if there is a way that some kind of rules, maybe the penalty should be an empty stadium again, like they do in some games.
Yeah, that's what they
You know
usually do. Yeah, they'll
that
just
might
ban
help.
fans.
You know, I'm happy you spoke about Mbappe, comment saying he heard it about 5 times. Watching that clip, do you think the proximity of Mbappe, would have, because at this point we're all just speculating. We don't know what or if he said something. Would you think Mbappe would have heard from the distance he was? Because the closest person to Vinicius at the time was Kamavinga.
I again, I'm just trying to remember like where players were placed, but
Yeah,
I think I try to I'm trying to imagine like it was a very loud stadium. Like a goal has been scored. Obviously, it's not Benfica that scored. So when Real Madrid scores, you understand the fans started. I'm sure they started booing and throwing stuff at Vinicius. So the stadium was very very noisy. So would you have been able to hear? I don't know. Like he seemed very confident that he said he heard something Mbappe. Like he did an interview, I think whether in French or Spanish, and he was like
yeah,
he knows what he heard and everything. Even Thierry Henry in the CBS goal also said that Mbappe messaged him and told him, I think he told him what he said or what he heard that was said. So I'm hearing I said Hermano. Again, I don't
yeah,
know whether what he said, maybe there was some kind of maybe translation, maybe like again, I don't know what it is that I don't want to start speculating whether he heard or not heard. We're only taking based on what they've said so far. There's an investigation going on, and hopefully we'll get to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully like we can just move past this because I really,
yeah,
really, really just wanted to like see the highlights, and all I was just seeing was Vinicius and this guy and walking out of the pitch, which was just very
yeah.
nice.
I agree. I agree. I guess we'll just close with we like call them the team on the fairy tale, Bodo Glint. they had a result against Inter today, 3-1 at home. And we know how far Inter Milan went in the last Champions League. You know, they were one of the favorite at the time, and Bodo Glimt managed to beat them 3-1. And if you look at Bodo
Yes.
Glimt, they got a result against Atletico Madrid. They got a result against Manchester City. You know,
Even
they
Tottenham,
played
they
a
think they
draw,
drew 2-2.
yeah, with Tottenham and Borussia Dortmund. This is insane. Do you see any upsets, in this Champions League? Would they snatch it? I know you say Arsenal is going to win the
Ah,
Champions League. Would they be would they be the one to take this away from you?
well, all right, the way is going, I can't even say. We just drew with Wolves, so anybody can win. Like the last time there was like a very very big surprise in the Champions League was it not Porto with Mourinho when they
Yeah,
went and they just beat everybody. So can they do it? I think they can. Like I was just seeing. I've not watched the highlights of the Bodo Glimt Inter. I didn't even see the game, but I was just seeing 1-0, 2, I think 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, and I was like, no, come on. How can you beat Inter Milan? Like these guys, I don't know, are they in Norway? I don't even know where they are in. I don't know where they are from. But the result they had against Man City, when I saw that match, the number of times they had like attempts on targets, and no, that's a very good team.
yeah.
I think they will go far. They could if they can scale Inter Milan, then who knows? Sky's the limit for them, or however it's said.
Do you want to meet
Yeah,
them at the
but
final at some point?
well, first of all, it would be nice to be in the final because definitely don't want to meet PSG. When PSG were losing 2-0 to Monaco, yes, I was so happy. I was like, yes, that if Monaco can just beat PSG, that reduces the tough teams we'll face. I checked end of the match, PSG won 3-2. So, I'm all for these big teams, dropping off. If Inter Milan can drop off, if Monaco can stage somehow and beat PSG, to help us. But the Glint, well, if they can beat Inter Milan and get to the final, we play them. I will feel much more confident. I can watch it in a much more relaxed manner than if we are playing maybe a Man City, Liverpool, or a Bayern Munich, or even PSG. So, yeah. Well, good game from them. Like it was, I think I don't know how they played today. I don't know why Inter Milan got a red card, but good game from them. Like really good game.
All right. And that wraps up our review of the Arsenal versus Wolves game and the Champions League. Like we had said, it was a game that looked a bit straightforward, but football is never that simple, And
Never
it started
simple.
with an early statement from Bukayo Saka. There was real control in phases, but once again, it was about the game management and the momentum. And let's not forget, let's give credit to Wolves because that strike from Ugo Bueno completely shifted the energy of this game, And now the pressure builds. Can Mikel Arteta and his side respond the right way against Spurs? Because in a title race, every moment like this matter. Let us know in the comments, was the 2 point dropped or had end point and by Arsenal, going to cause a shift in their quest for the quadruple this season? Let us know in the comment section.
Bro.
If you enjoy, if you enjoyed today's analysis, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, follow us across all our social media platforms so you never miss a match review of football debate. This is the Four Side Pods. Everything football. We'll see you in the next episode.